Whew. I think I'm having, no, I ate pineapple, but I'm having lunch. First real, no, yeah, probably first real food of the day. I didn't really eat too much, super hot out. Super hot day today. There's a sweater, my back is sore. We're gonna do it up here. On the Mobile Legends here, I got one more night of training. Tournament start apparently at 7:30 or 9:30 a.m. I'm not too sure. Tomorrow we start. So this is my last night of preparation. I'm gonna stay up all night, and what is that, like 5 hours of sleep I'll get maybe? Oh sorry, it starts at 11:30 or 12:30 I think. I'll have to check. But I do get an alert 10 seconds before the tournament starts, and if I miss that thing, I don't get another one. That's it. I have to wait till Saturday. If I miss that, I have to wait till Sunday. So, I don't want to do that. We were in the finals last some time. Go check out the stream. I think it was Sunday or Saturday. I don't remember. And I lost. It's not a big deal. Win or lose, I made it to the finals. World Championships. Yeah, like I barely lost any sweat off my nuts. I always said I was one of the best in the world at COD Mobile. Went to the 99.9 percentile, played against Parker and all them. Dr. Disrespect, I smoked him in game, sniped him. A few others too we beat. Doesn't matter who. We beat them all. KVL, who now has, 150,000 subscribers. He started out gaming with me on my first year and a half on my hash info on YouTube. He's from my streams. I made him, it's crazy. I never realized that till later, and he's like, oh, hush. And then I was like, you know me? He's like, yeah, we used to game. I'm like, what? But he never used volume, because he was always on his stream recording. I'm like, you have me on your stream. It's crazy what's out there, eh? Well, we played, for 6 months, me and KVL, he's part of the reason why I was 99.9. No, I did it on my own. If you go watch the streams, you'll see it. But yeah, for 6 months, for a couple hours every morning, I don't remember the time of day, but we were playing in game together. In the same squad. Like, he was I was the jump leader every single day. My squads beat the best in the world, right? So we played COD Mobile, and then it got really, really weird in that when I made it to the finals in the COD Mobile tournament. I never got to play that day. I guarantee you, I'm too good. But see, it looks weird when I say it, but I'm telling you, here's the thing. Hundreds of people from YouTube have played COD Mobile with me on the same squad, thinking they're better, and I get 12 takedowns or 15 takedowns. They get 1 or 2. I've revived them 6 times before the halfway point of the game. I've single-handedly taken out 4 squads and finished it on my own after their revive tags were no longer able to be revived, and I was out-squatted like 90 games in a row, 4-1, and I win. Go check it out, 99.9. That's what it means to be a legend. And these streams are there forever. I'm not deleting my mobile gaming streams ever. They'll be there and locked in forever. And again, this is the most popular game in the world on a cell phone. It's called Mobile. I don't know if people understand that, but there's over 1 billion users on that mobile game. Way, way over 1 billion. I think this game has 1 billion as well. I could be wrong. I'm playing Mobile Legends right now, and that's what I was talking about, playing in the tournament this weekend. I'm training. This week I've spent I'd say 6 to 8 hours more than ever before playing this game. Maybe there was one point where I love this game. It's a fun game. I don't mind playing it late at night or super early in the morning, or in the bathtub. I can rock out a couple, 2 to 3 games of this, and it helps me, pass the time at 4 a.m. when in between, whatever else I manage to muster up continuously, hourly for myself. But that's the only way I'm ever gonna get out of this, this world I live in, right? Just, you don't put all your eggs in one basket, but don't just do one thing for a living. If I could teach something to everybody, it'd be make sure you make sure you can master at least 10 trades. 10 really specific, proper things. Because, and mastery is a far, you want to be able to change your own tire, you can master changing a tire, you want to be able to change your own oil, whatever it is, basic small engine repair, whatever it is. You like woodworking, build yourself a little shed in the backyard, build yourself a sauna. Next up, figure out some other things. But make sure you do it right, don't just make it, someone can't even tell what the heck that is, and you haven't done a good job, right? When someone really wants to try whatever you've grown or something, you've really done well with your skills, your green thumbs have really shone through, right? So, everyone still thinks that everybody else has something similar. I'm telling you, the reason why you don't see some of the coolest people in the world is because they have the coolest buds in the world. And you just don't get it. You just don't understand. When you're chilling, when you're having a good time, you can still get your work done, but you chill. And it turns out that chilling is sometimes best done, solo or with one other, but it's chill. Your topics are chill, there's no, big up fake currencies and things like that. You talk about building, enhancing your gardens, enhancing sex life, whatever, something of value in some way to you, right? I'm old, I value certain things very highly that I think a lot of people take severely for granted. I've had a lot of life experiences that have led me to this way of thinking. It's my way of thinking. You don't need to agree with it, but turns out in the end, when you figure out what you actually wanted, mine and your future values and beliefs will be very similar. I can reassure you of that. If you're a good person, not a kind person, a kind of what? Kind of bad, kind of dirty. If you're good, there's no in between. You're a good man, you're a good woman. You have done good on this, plane of existence. But I do value a good conversation had by good men, good women, and I always look forward to those. It doesn't have to be frequent. It can be every month. It can be every week or two, 3 weeks. It can be for a short duration, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 2-3 hours, but I'm good, right? But today I had a great conversation with 5-6 gentlemen. I'm sure I'll do it again another day, but I'm good on being on people's shows and stuff like that. I like to have a good time and stuff, but I wanted to show people that there's a different conversation you could have. I've been on many shows in the last couple of days, 15 different channels. I just like to pop up, say hi. Not everybody is built and designed equally, right? Everybody has beliefs and morals, and then others choose to not even consider to have those, and that's why I call some people bots, because a robot is without conscience. okay? A robot doesn't feel, okay? And that's why the future could be very dim and very bad. Because if robots, and everybody's quick to say, oh, but this and that, if it's not nurtured and born with a mother, a father as well, I just don't know that kind of nurturing. I only had a mother that cared deeply for me and took great care of me. A loser for a father. No big deal. It happens. It made me, right? But a computer doesn't have a loser for a father or to learn from their mistakes, right? Which was a huge. You have choices, right? And these choices define you. So my choice was mimic and copy a loser like that shattered millions of lives, we can say. It's a butterfly effect. Back then in the 80s, who knows what my mom could have been and become if she was nurtured and loved by her spouse rather than treated not well. And same for the the kids, me and whoever else he had before or after, I don't have any clue, but we left when I was like very young, 3 or 4, I'm not really sure. But this world is harsh, but this world teaches you that you can have that gentle hand that chose not to guide you. When you needed it most, you can still be that gentle hand for someone else because you learn from the mistakes, Here's another thing too. I did have a lot of love from many people growing up, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, and hundreds and hundreds of people. So I did see a lot of families that loved each other, right? I was able to pop in at Christmas and be one of them, right? Which is if you don't have a family, it sucks because you don't understand what should be going on, and some people that do have families, it's still creepy and weird, even with just with your whole family. So it's not that anybody's worse off. I'm not worse off. I started out saying that. It's just that's how it is, right? I can feel what it was like to be in somebody else's family. Tell me a computer can, tell me a robot has that inner pull that want to be like that. It doesn't, right? So robots are not heartless, they're soulless beings that exist, whether you want to understand it or not. And there's a great show on Amazon Prime called, I'm not sure, it's something about wolves, but they refer to the robot as Mother. But she starts out as she's an android or a robot, but she's what's that country? She's a military property. And it turns out she is I forget what she's called, she's the necromancer or something like that. And she flies around just radiations like anything around her, right? And so she just wipes out and devastates everything. Well, it turns out she ends up getting the same person, her maker, ends up being the one to 2.0 her, update her, and he makes her a nurturer, and she goes to a planet with 10 embryos stored inside of her, 10 children, all of different paths, genetics, what you call race, I would refer to as a genetic lineage. The term, yes, it's genetics, right? If you want everything is a number or everything is like that is a plastic molecule, right? So the wall is wood, it's a biological material, right? So I don't know if this is making sense for you, but everything breaks down to numbers as well as chemistry, and then of course there's buoyancy and density. And we use scales that are based off what are referred to as 60 degrees, or these scales we use for temperature are also for time. 60-second clock, 60-second minute, 60-second minute, 60 minutes in an hour. There's more, but I kind of slipped it a little bit there. We are all made up of something organic or synthetic, if we can just stop there. And even the organic, biological material is still created synthetically in a lab. We have to come to terms with this. It was very hard for me to accept I'm an organic grower from way back. Like you guys, your bed still smelled like urine when I was growing up. The greatest organics in the world. And I'm not, I hate the term, synthetic. I don't like it, but everything in one way or the other is all completely biological or completely synthetic. Now I'll explain. Created in a lab is synthesized, right? If we are an ark with if an ark was brought down, forget the woman and call it an ark, a male and a female, which if you're a grower is simply a beautiful thing. If you're a breeder, a grower / breeder, then a male and a female is, well, you've just hit the jackpot right out of the gate. You have nothing else to sweat for the rest of the year or the rest of your life. A proper grower, I should say a very proper grower, and an extremely, extremely smart breeder would be set for life right there. But if along his path he was to meet up with hundreds of others who even dabbled slightly and came up with something remotely once in a while, his genetic pool would be monstrous. Now imagine if that happened at a very, very back in the early 90s. So what you have here is an understanding of what's actual, and then what people like to pump and say they've actually never done for this long or couldn't even imagine, right? If you have or are somebody who is anything, prove it, Prove it on a video. You won't, because you're not, right? And there are so many people out there that claim to be everything, and they play you for a fool the whole time, right? So you have to watch the internet. The internet is now completely evil and full of evil people. The odd time you'll come across a gem, but it is a completely evil pool of just... It's a bad place, and I have no problems, and even if I did, I'd squash it in a second. My problem is that others have problems, and it breaks my heart to see stuff persisting. It makes me want to, reach out to some others again. Maybe I don't know if maybe points didn't get across. Maybe stuff was happening regardless, but I thought maybe people would chill, and they haven't. So it's just gonna be a fun time, in this world soon enough. People with nothing will soon see how little they have right away. If you think you have nothing now, by 2025, you will be begging for something. So you need to change your life right now. right now. You need to change your life. If you have any money, you need to invest your money in yourself right now. The best investment you could ever make is in yourself. I learned that from a very young age. Want to know how? Because I tried investing with, somebody else. Let's do this for a odd job or this and that. You go buy half the tools, and by the end of the month, somebody else has your tool, or the tool, they broke it, and you got to pay for it to fix it. And you're way better at it anyway. Why don't you just do it by yourself in the first place? Because you didn't have the other half of the money to buy this and that and cover all the stuff to make ends meet throughout the month at some point or another, right? When you're young, it's tighter, right? For some people, right? Others somehow can get by and manage, and some people can't. It's just the way it is, right? Just are you gonna come down hard on somebody because they didn't blow the money, they just bought the more expensive drill that was in stock rather than waiting 2 weeks and not doing anything for 2 weeks, right? So what do, right? And this happens all the time. The equipment you need is so pricey. If something breaks, you make no money on for the next week or two, right? And unfortunately, I had to get way away from those types of careers and stuff. Like when you need to have a bunch of tools that cost thousands of dollars, or even continuous partnership with people, at some point you're carrying them too often. It's just, you are better off on your own to begin with. Solid investments in yourself will always bring you back a solid investment. I shit you not. And I mean, I'm old. Like, I checked. Yeah, I checked what I say. Like, I checked. But, not everybody listens and, learns from somebody else who has more. Say, oh, you probably this and that. No, bro, I checked. I'm pretty self-sufficient. And I don't claim to be some multi-millionaire. I just have 1,250,000. You gotta have at least 2 of them to call yourself an heir. But as it stands, I'm close. And I don't want money. I'm just being real. I got big property and live on it, Enjoy life. Grow plants, swim. Cheers Mother Earth, and just love everybody equally. I think that's the safest way to not have karma bite you. And I've definitely never lied to anybody. Something I learned is that I think karma gets people the wickedest, the liars. Liars are, it's a cheat, it's a thief. In between, it's also a liar, right? So a liar is a very, very dirty thing. You do not want to be known as a liar, or even have somebody think that you lie often, right? I mean, there are those people, man, there are small-minded people out there that thought when I came on YouTube that every day I changed out my garden with plants that were plastic, like wax of them. Like, do you even have any idea? It's way cheaper to actually just grow it than it is to change out each stage of growth every day that I show. Like, what? And then imagine the fake electricity. Like, what? Like what? And there was a few people. Now that you'll never hear from. I bet you, honestly speaking, and it's not that sad because they were just waste of space, pond scum. They're probably gone from this earth. The ones that are the least IQ are usually the most unhealthy. Usually, but take a look around. You tell me Einstein was morbidly obese, I'll blow you. And diet plays a huge part in being a fucking genius, bro. Are you okay, bro? Diet. What you are is what you eat. You want to move like a slug? There's a big golden arch for you. I haven't eaten there in decades. What they serve up daily, that lots of people eat around the world. I haven't eaten in decades. I steered clear of that place. I knew better. I don't know how I knew better. And I always try to teach people, that there's big time cysts inside of things at the Golden Arches. Who knows what those do to you when you eat that? You are what you eat. Well, did you just get that then? Like, if you feast on those, are you getting it? Are you getting it? What I just gave you? You getting it? Tell me they do research on that though. They don't. It's probably like guaranteed. Well, yeah, did you never you are what you eat in elementary school? 12-1 we're winning right now. I got lots of health, guys. Don't worry. Oh, damn, the whole squad came for me. Ah, there you go, bro. 17-2, bro. This is live, bro. You find another stream that does this daily, though. Like, I'm playing higher rank epic, almost the next one, like the second last one. I forget what it is. But I refuse to play with too many people. Like, I don't want to squad up or anything. I've decided I'm a solo lone wolf until I win a tournament. They'll be like, whose team are you on? Be like, I love all players, I don't need a team. I love playing with every player, Team up with all y'all. You're missing one? You'd be lucky to get me, You just hit the jackpot. It's like that Poker Stars spin and go where you get the 10 million, You hit the hash, man. It's a Jackie, baby. You're going to the finals if you get me on your squad. You get what I'm saying? You want Albert and Arthur to back out. You know what I'm saying? You're like, wait. Hash is waiting to match up with someone. You two gotta go. You kick out 2 people out of your finals team just to ensure you get me, eh? Ah, man. One of those, the semifinals? No joke, serious. No brags. This is truth. Go check it out. The semifinals, we had a player quit on our team, and we still won by like 17 or something like that, 15, 17 points. That's goals. We lost the finals by 1, or it was tie. I can't remember. You have to go check it out. It's a sad day. It was a sad moment. I was crushed for like about maybe 3 minutes, but then I remembered how awesome I am. So you can't, the one thing, if you're a legend, right, you can't get sad. I had a blast. My team blew, but I had a blast crushing anyone in my path, I couldn't pick Layla. They took Layla from me. I was like, you guys are scum, I can't remember. I think my own team took Layla, so it was really bad. It was really bad. Then the person that's trying to say, like, oh, report the player, whatever character I selected, right? And I'm like, fuck, dude, you stole my best character, bro. Like, and we had been in the tournament playing this. We played the quarterfinals, and I crushed it. I crushed everything in my path. I MVP'd the finals for my squad with the wrong character, and My squad blew, like, my squad blew bad. They were so bad. They were so bad. It was basically, I was like, hey, middle lane. They would go, like, left. They would go top and bottom. I was like, but to give you a little bit of background on this, we were down by 15. We came back, it was 26-25 us. We were down by 15. It was 11-26 or something. I got 10 takedowns basically in that time. Pushed us so far up that call it carrying, call it like wheelbarrowing I picked everyone up in my Mustang. I was like, hey, all you garbage players get in the trunk, and I just peeled right out of there like fifth gear Blackie right down the road. And nitrous, everything. If you don't know what a Blackie is, it's a burnout. Some of you are so racist, I couldn't imagine being you. Like, I love all chicks, no matter anything. You know, you guys are just racist people. You limit the amount of chicks you can bang, you know, and that's probably why you're so messed up and grouchy. It's because you have just a very limited, small selection of women, you know. And then you realize you did it to yourself, and you get even more pissed off. You're like, oh, I wonder if I was anything to do with these shitty tattoos I put all over my fucking forehead. Losers. I've never seen such big rednecks. You know, I seen a Jerry Springer video of, you know, I'm not even gonna give him time of day repeating your alphabet name, but you guys are rednecks over there, man. The way you act, the way you talk. You'd be toothless in my city, man. Toothless in minutes in my city. I mean, I would knock all of them out for it. You know, it would be a lineup, but I would be in first place. No one would question me. You don't get to, actually. That's one of the rules. It's kind of funny the way this world works, eh? Everybody thinks that, you know, the kings of this earth are in place because they're so kind, eh? They're so generous, right? That has nothing to do with that. The people who rule this earth are the most callous, evil, despicable people. And they rule this earth. This earth is considered a farm. It's a profit. It's a profit guarantee, you know. Every year they profit off of, you know, souls, right? Like we talked about in the beginning. Not androids, which they could use for their factories and this hard work, and there's no need to harm animals for food. They could use robots and grow fields of plants and then turn it into fake food, right? That tastes way better and is way healthier. But then I'm like, well, so you don't want the people getting healthy? Is that what it is? So I've come to that conclusion now. I don't think I'm far off. Just saying, look around you. You got Canadians that don't even know that meat isn't even on the nutritional food guide. You got Canadians that actually don't even have a clue that meat isn't healthy. This is how bad, you know, the system has gotten to where it's a monetary system, right? People think protein, good values of protein come from meat. Why do aliens drive around and fly around with green vegetable wafer crackers, plant-based crackers? Highly, highly nutrient-dense wafer crackers from space. But you don't know this, right? But if you look up like different countries, there are some countries that have similar existing products. But people are so out to lunch, man. If you were to take all the people that understood a nutritional value, it'd only be growers. Because growers understand what are called the stages of growth. The actual, remember I pointed over here and I was like a chemistry set, I said? Well, that's actually like the scientific chart. Calcium, magnesium, iron. Do you know your blood has iron in it? So when I was saying that people could be bots, synthetic, iron flows through your body. Iron. the same thing that a robot is made of. But you don't get that? So, yes, it could be deep if your IQ is that of a gopher and you're fresh out of the womb, 3 days old, and your favorite thing to do is burrow on a golf course on a hot summer day. You're shit out of luck, bro. You know, go watch Trailer Park Boys right now. They're hot right now on YouTube. But where I'm from in Canada, it's kind of like city life slash redneck life slash good people. And I love where I'm from. I love Canada. I don't understand why some parts of it are so off from other parts. I don't understand why. I think influence doesn't stretch far enough with cool people, regardless of Canada or the States or anything. I don't think influence stretches far enough. And the proof is in my country, right? There's like 6 to 10 different personalities. You know, one personality per province, 60% of the time, right? So I could give you an example. Super fucking ridiculous rednecks, Alberta, Saskatchewan, okay? BC sometimes. If you have a cattle ranch, you're a redneck in BC, okay? Sorry, not sorry in the slightest, redneck. So Ontario is like a it's like a progressive a businessman. I don't know what progressive means besides like a progressive conservative businessman who, you know, plays the stock markets. I honestly, lots of Ontarians don't realize what money runs Ontario, but that is. There's a ton of good people in Ontario, yes, but you're not you're not that type of person that I just said. Montreal and Quebec, you know, I gotta separate you two because you're both crazy for starters. You're both batshit crazy, just like Winnipeg. So there's like a triangle. It's like the golden triangle is in Canada. It's like Quebec, Montreal, Winnipeg. You know, we formed the Giza pyramid across North America. So I'm not sure exactly what to say about you guys. I don't want to drive by tonight, you know? Well, Montreal's just, it's just beautiful people everywhere, you know? Again, old money running an old city that never, you know, you don't have a Robin Hood. You don't have an influence in Montreal. You do not have an influence. You're not allowed to hear. You don't even understand what half of Canada's saying. So, I mean, problem lies with dialect. Now we'll go to BC. BC, they have the greatest, you know, the greatest. So they're sitting there chill as you wouldn't believe. They barely come out of their mansions, right? And their yachts. But when they do, damn, they're good looking, right? Skinny as can be, yoga instructors, you know, top cops in Canada. You got ski boats and yachts and 3-story houses overlooking the ocean and your mountaintops. And you know, I could go on more. Right? The East Coast is kind of like Alberta, but you guys have, there's something totally got lost in translation with English, and you guys got left behind, way behind. You guys are awesome. You're way back there. Great people though, very nice people, but there's no influence at all in the East Coast of Canada. Name the top action star that came out of Nova Scotia in the last 200 years, right? You have no influence at all. Your top comedian is a dude in a plaid shirt from 1996 that was on, you know, Winnipeg's Just for Laughs for like 10 seconds getting punked, you know? The cop scene with the skeleton that pops out of the hood and the guy's like, ah! He was from Nova Scotia. He never had a line. His line was, ah! It was real. It was legit. You didn't even know he was in a movie until after they told him I'm in the movie. So went back to Nova Scotia. And he's the pride right now of Nova Scotia. So, and I love you, Nova Scotia, but you will never find Winnipeg. You're on a map or at the airport or anything. Even you'll never be able to book a flight here. I'm safe. And I love you all. This is a comedy show. If you can't handle a little comedy, no, but I ain't playing anymore. I'm gonna tell it like it is. There's a lot of stuff I gotta say. I'm not gonna do it today. I'm gonna play this round. I'm gonna see you all next time. I'm gonna go eat some cold food from the oven. It's my breakfast/lunch. I'm the dude from Winnipeg you do not want to mess with on any given day or evening. You don't want to wake me up. You don't want to startle me. You don't want to walk up on me and be like, "Oh, can I get on? Shake your hand." No, I will knock you out, bro. Like, so just stay back at all times. Have a good day, and remember, I ain't a puss. I ain't gonna bow down. I ain't gonna ever obey. I'm a good man, but I think I'm gonna live by my own terms, on my own terms, and not be told what to do. Kind of sick of the way people are just sheeple day in and day out. I want to travel. If they're not gonna let me, and I'm gonna live stream it, I'm gonna show y'all. I'll be like, yo, look where else we can't go today, folks. If anyone wants to go on any tours with me to Antarctica, I'm booking tours to Antarctica. Screw Las Vegas or whatever it is. No, like I love Las Vegas. What's that other place? Area 51? That is nothing. Antarctica, bro. Let's go. Antarctica. Let's go see the ice wall. Let's do an expedition with, the Icelandic army, the Navy. If we get 3 Icelanders and a goat, we should be good. The goat's just our mascot. He's coming willingly, by the way. It's Gunther's brother, half-brother. And I mean that in the best of ways, Iceland. This is an honest joke. And if I can't make fun of my own nation, I'm definitely scared of Iceland. Like 9 of the top world's strongest men are all Icelandic. 9 of the top 9 world's strongest men in the world, they're all Icelanders. Go look it up, and remember, fear me. I've met some of the greatest people on this planet, and they aren't even Earthlings. Okay, I'll see you next time. Hashman out.